Uh, oh, okay, there we go. Alright, pop out chat. Let's put that there, take this, and I gotta do this again. Let's do that. There we go. Hello! Copy video URL, go on Twitter. Stream. I was just watching your vids. Thank you. Hear the new Homosware? I've been meaning to listen to it. I know there's some new Homosware right now, but I haven't listened to much of it. Alright, so I have to where I ended off last stream. Ooh, okay, where I ended off last stream, I think I was in the middle of the hair. Yeah, I was. Okay. Alright, so just gonna get back into it. Got jump scared by my notifications as animating. How do you do lip sync so good? I have 2 videos about it that you can probably check out. Alright, so I'm gonna be looking at chat periodically. I'm not really gonna be paying too much attention to it. If anything catches my eye, then yeah, I'll probably respond, but I got some in between, or I got some of this coloring to do, and then I gotta do the shading, because I don't know why I decided I want to do shading for this animation, but I guess I am now, so that's gonna be fun. What do you use to animate, and if it's Adobe, how do I get Adobe? I don't use Adobe anymore. I used to, but am I on the right layer? What's going on? Oh my god, it completely like... There we go. What the hell happened there? Alright. Oh, okay, that was because of the last time I was streaming. Yeah, I don't use Adobe anymore. I use TVPaint for most of my animations. But I do like playing around with Flash, but I don't use it like Adobe Flash. I use Macromedia Flash. Yeah, Adobe Archive. Look it up. It's good shit. Let me just check some servers real quick. People be talking. Yeah. New mainstream, yeah. Hey, what's up, Noodle Bomb? The instrumentals from Assorted Animations 4 and 5 for hours. Yeah, I really love the instrumentals I wrote for those. I cannot remember how to play the 1 and 4, but the 1 and 5 I have as a kind of an ongoing music project. Writing stuff. Oh shit, I forgot about the jacket here. Or the sweater. Okay, so... Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. Thankfully I've already got the shading figured out. It's not gonna be like too hard to do it, but it is gonna be pretty annoying to figure it out. I guess I'll do the eye shine right at the end and all that. So hard. Oh yeah, the assorted music for that one, I mean the music for that one assorted animations I did like a long time ago. That was done by my friend Skylar, and I haven't heard from him in a long time now. I tried reaching out to him multiple times, but he hasn't responded to me, and that was well over like 2 years ago at this point. I don't know what happened. I think he got too busy with his music. Like, I don't know if he's playing in a band or not, but I know he started doing like really cool stuff with his music, and probably didn't have time to be on Discord and all that. I should probably turn that down too. Like this. Just so I could see everything. What is the expand on this? Oh, you know what? Let me just go back and Control Z all of that. I gotta set the expand higher. There we go. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good. Up here, oh, I keep forgetting about these little bits. I like how much your art and animation style changes from video to video. Yeah, I don't really stick to like a specific aesthetic for too long, because I'm always playing around. I'm always just messing around with different things to play around with. I don't really like sticking to one sort of thing for too long. And it's also just over the years I've like done a lot more kind of, you know, animation professionally and a lot of animation just kind of like on my own. And I've been getting better at drawing and all that. Is filled in. How long have you been animating now? In general or for this? Because for this I started working on this like, when did I get my first roughs on this done? It must have been like well over a week ago. Yeah, the 19th was when I started this animation. That was when I got my very first pass finished. This pass, it's on Twitter somewhere. And this is like all the keyframes and breakdowns. Probably not going to be playing any music this stream, I'll be honest. In general, I started animation. I started animation with stick figures when I was 10 years old. So my first YouTube upload was 2008, and I know I was animating for a year before that, but I kind of used that YouTube upload as kind of the benchmark, the start. So about 15 years. But there's a couple years where I didn't do much, like 2015, I didn't really animate that much, did like one or two things. 2016, I did like nothing, like absolutely nothing. 2017 was when I started picking up hand-drawn animation, and 2018 was just like crazy stuff. I was doing like, that's when I started working with DA games. And it's just been a whole thing ever since. Isn't gonna sing the harmonies. Why is your stream lagging? It's probably Starlink. Starlink tends to do that. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth video streaming. Yeah, that makes sense. Stop bothering in my language. I actually don't know how to say that. I know there's like leave me alone, and my mom taught me that when I was really small. It was like boonie cushion, I think. Yeah. Ooh, I almost forgot that there. Is there any other... Okay, there's that. Is there any other... Oh shit, I'm forgetting about this down here. Okay. Well, that's the consequence of like taking a break from this for a couple days and then coming back to it. I'm starting to forget things. I was gonna stream yesterday, but I was like, ooh, there was a lot going on. just like control A to all layers. Alright, let me read chat. I moved room, there's another spider. It's like Buni cushion. It's like leave me alone or like stop or something like that. That's what my mom said it meant. I think it was my grandma who said like, say this when your sister's tickling you, and I was like, okay. And I just never forgot it. Hair and pants, that's it. How much did they pay you to animate pencilmation for them? It was a fair amount. It was just stick figures, so I wasn't expecting like a ton of like money for it. You know, a lot of people were expecting like industry pay, but it's like YouTube stick figure stuff, so yeah. Oh, almost forgot this here. What'd you make for pencilmation? I did a fair bit of videos. I didn't do like a ton. I animated a handful of pencilmation episodes with them. One of them actually was, if you guys remember YouTube Rewind 2019, one of the episodes I did was featured in that as like most viewed creators of 2019 or something, because the animation has like 130 million views right now. Shit was crazy. How many people have you worked on? I haven't done much professional work. I did like DA games for a short period. Or not a short period, I was doing DA games for quite a while actually, like well over a year. Pencilmation I was doing for, oh my god, like 2, maybe 3 years. Then I worked with Zarel on Monkey Wrench. I was doing animation roughs for him. It took on a lot of work, but I think I did a pretty decent job for my first kind of professional gig like that. Learned a lot, you know. Alright, I'm just gonna like make sure I'm getting all this stuff. There's like little bits that I forgot to color, because now I can see them. Alright. Yeah, that's good. Made a Discord, you put it on it. Yeah, I do have a Discord. I put it on my Twitter for like a short period, but yeah. I don't really open it that often because I do not know how to run a Discord server. I'll be fairly honest. And I don't let anybody under the age of like 16 in there. And I'm tempted to delete the meme room because I never look in it, and it's kind of, I don't know. I'm not the kind of person that looks at memes, I'll be honest. It's like something I don't do often. This is coming along good. Chad. Would you, will you ever do a Q&A? I never really felt the need to do, like, a Q&A because I don't see myself as somebody like, oh yeah, you know, I'm so successful, I'm gonna do a Q&A. It's like, no, I'm just some guy doing animation in my parents' basement, or my mom's basement, and just enjoying it. I don't want to, you know, give people the impression that I'm like, hey guys, famous YouTube animator made. Haha, it's like, no, I'm just an animator and that's it. I just like doing what I do. But I'd like to do like a Q&A kind of interview with people one day if they're just like, hey, you want to talk about animation? I'll be like, fuck yeah, I do. It's pretty much all I ever do on Discord is talk animation with people in other Discord servers. My favorite discussions of all time just revolve around talking animation. And like talking to other animators is something that I do a lot, because it's like when you find your people, you kind of never want to stop talking to them. Oh, those are unfilled too. Okay, let's get those. Mate isn't that interesting. Yeah. I'm just a dude. I just like making drawings move and making characters scream. Ooh, shit, I should probably do this instead and then color over top of that. That's a weird position there. Oh, no, I have to do this. Alright, that's alright. Okay, there we go. That's colored. Save the animation industry's grandma? What does it mean? I could have sworn I saw something that wasn't filled on this frame. I probably filled it. Alright. Why is the hair colored like the skin? I'm confused. Because I'm coloring it. What I do is I get a flat match of the character, just a single color, like a bright color, so I know if I'm like bleeding out the lines or not. And then I use preserve opacity to I use preserve opacity and it acts like a clipping layer so I don't spill out the lines when I do this. The software I'm using right now is TVPaint. I have animated and clipped before, but I don't really like it that much. It's too, it approaches animation kind of like Photoshop, and I really hate how Photoshop does it. Oh, come on. There we go. Did I forget any fills on this too? Yes, I did. What if could I use the paint bucket there? No, I can't. Alright. Oh, this little bit too. Flash is still relevant? Yeah. Meat Canyon, Terrace, or Palo, Phantom Arcade. Yeah. I know Oni moved to Grease Pencil and Blender for his stuff, I think. Brush doing the thing again, or did I like... Okay, I guess it fixed itself. Can you draw one little man at the corner of your screen? Just leave it for one for... No. I don't want to do that. Come on. How far in am I? Oh, I'm like barely halfway there. Oof. It's gonna be worth it. When I get to the shading, it's gonna be pretty worth it. Next live, you should animate something doing the spooky dance. I could probably animate something doing the spooky dance in probably like, I want to say 15 minutes maybe. I'm gonna try and make a character turn. Oh man, Noodle Bomb, he's in a call right now. Oh, do I want to do it? I don't know if I want to hop in a call while I'm on stream. AI coloring sounds promising. I will say that, like, I'm not for AI coloring because I know it will fuck it up. I know I'm gonna have to go in and do revisions, so why don't I just do it myself? Same with like the AI in-betweening stuff. Like, I know it's gonna fuck it up, so I might as well just do it. If I'm gonna have to go in and tweak something on every single frame, then what's stopping me from just drawing every single frame instead? How much pay for Starlink is worth? It depends on where you live. If you're living in a city and you already get like over 100 megabits down and like, you know, 50 up, it's not worth it. But I needed it from where I live because it's internet speeds here. We only had one provider until Starlink came around, and it was absolutely fucking horrible. You could probably scroll through my Twitter and see a lot of tweets of me talking about it, because, you know, doing professional animation with internet that's really, really horrible kind of takes its toll on your mental health. You kind of feel as if like you're being held back simply because you can't call with, you know, your director and send files back and forth consistently every day and all that. You can't work directly off a server because your internet would just absolutely tank. So, yeah. Is there anything that's wrong with this frame? Is there anything that I have to fill in? Yeah, there it is. I see it. 2 pixels right there. Is it weird that I thought Maid was a girl when I first found his channel? Yeah, it's not weird. That's actually something I've been getting a lot. Is people like, what's your gender? And I'm like, don't worry about it, buddy. Actually, Kakani has nothing to do with AI. There's nothing to do with AI with Kakani. It's not AI in-betweening, it's nothing like that. It's just, it's basically Flash shape tweening. That's all it is. But done with every single line on every single frame. Oh, my pen is doing the thing. I can see it. Is it doing its thing? Is it? Oh yeah, I can see it. Oh, it's doing the funky. Not anymore, it isn't. Okay. Cool, it's gaslighting me. His long hair probably threw both of us up. Yeah. No, Kakani doesn't have There's no artificial intelligence involved in Kakani's workflow. Kakani just uses like basic interpolation to put lines in place. Actually, I can open it right now. You know what? Let's open Kakani for you guys. I paid for this software actually just to play around with it, and it's cool, but not something that I would like to use that often. Yeah, so here it is. Did I just open it twice? Is it something that I did? Did I really just do that? Holy fuck, why is it so massive? Jeez. Yeah, I opened it twice. Alright, close the first one. Alright, here's Kakani. That's not the brush. Is this the brush? Yeah, that's the brush. Alright. What should I draw? I'll just animate this. Yeah, I'll just do this. It's the little guy like where's the timeline again? How do I show the timeline? Where did it go? Hide all panels, panel display. Where's the timeline? Where the hell did it go? Is it field chart? No, that's not it. Oh my goodness, where's the timeline? Where the hell did it go? Shoot. I don't want to reset panel locations, man. Minimize set frame? No, that's not it. Let me get rid of that. Shoot, where the hell did the timeline go? Stroke region, canvas. It's not field chart. Field chart is something else. Centerline display, panel display. Timing? No, that's not it. Holy shit, what the fuck happened? I think this is why I closed out of this program like a while ago. Because I'm like, where the hell is everything? Oh, okay, I didn't mean to do that. This is actually kind of confusing. Is it this button down here? What does that do? Doesn't do anything. Okay. Is there buttons up here that I can press? Show gaps, show tag layers, stroke tools, or whatever. Onion skin, tools, stroke taper, navigator. Where? Is that it? Oh. Oh my god. Fine, you know, I'll do it. Let me reset panel locations. No, don't move Chrome like that. Don't do that. All right. Where the hell is it? Is it this here? Yeah, it's this. All right, let me size this down. Yeah, there's the timeline. There it is. All right. Don't know why it just wanted to disappear, but let me just delete this frame, I guess. Oh, I can't do that. I have to do this first. Well, pen's doing the funky thing. Alright, so I'll make a circle. Actually close the circle. Another little guy like this. It'll be smiling, looking this direction. And then a few frames later, I'm guessing around, do I press F7? Yeah, okay, so you see these little arrows. It's telling me which line I should draw next and which direction I should draw that line in. So if I want to, yes, don't tell me that. Alright, so if I want to draw this frame, I can't start with the eye, I can't start with the mouth, I have to start with the head. Then I have to draw the eye, the other eye, the mouth, this eye, and then this eye. If I go far up ahead too, I have to do it in that exact same, that absolute exact same process with the same direction of the lines and everything. And this gets really tedious after a while. This is only for cleanup. I would not want to do this for like rough animation or anything. So this animation, it just looks like, oh my god, yeah, no, not do that. Holy fuck, how do I just do it? Is it F5? Okay, it's F5, just like Flash. Space, enter. Yeah, so this is what the animation looks like. I don't think they used this in class. So, it's, that's a nice feature. I would not say it's a nice feature because you get kind of stuck drawing all your frames like this. So if I want to start animating something, oh my god, how the fuck do I do that now? Okay, F5 then. This will be F5. F5. So what's gonna happen is I'll go here and press what is it again? Convert to in-between frame, and then generate in-between, and it does a pretty good it does something. It does a pretty good idea of what I want it to do, but the spacing is so perfectly in the middle. So perfectly in the middle between these two drawings that it just looks so boring. So if I convert this one and then generate, and then I do the same, oh my god, jeez. Holy fuck, what just happened? How am I able to move all of this that direction? Okay. So I'll go here again, convert to in-between frame, generate in-between, and then I'll go here, convert to in-between frame, generate in-between. So this is the animation with the in-betweens that it wanted to put in. And I hate this. I really hate how this looks. It's so... This works for cleanup. It works for a lot of cleanup applications. But the generated in-betweens, you kind of lose a lot of the spark with the animation. And this software is good for very specific cases. If you're animating something moving in slow motion, yeah. So if I go down here and then I'll convert this to an in-between, I'm going to try and save this without drawing anything new. Convert. And pull this back, yes. Convert. Generate. Alright. Yeah, that looks really... I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little, you can kind of tell, you know? Design for anime or Western, which you normally as boring, but it's like, it's for linear stuff, and I can get that. If I was doing my own cleanup on something, and this was all I had, it'd be pretty useful for, you know, in between a lot of like really complex stuff and all the stuff that I would really hate. Especially if there's a lot of detail, but reminder, even if there's a lot of detail in your animation, you still have to draw it in the exact same sequence for every single frame. And for things that pop in and out of view, you'd have to put that on a new layer, and oh, I would just rather do it the classic way like this. It's good for what it is, but it's not for me, and it has nothing to do with AI. Oh, my pen's doing the thing. Check it out. You see that? You see that right there? Yeah, I didn't do that. Yeah, I'm pressing with a very moderate pressure, and it's doing this kind of thing. Let me just tap it on the desk. Usually fixes it. Yep, it fixed it. Nice. I don't know what it is with these Wacom pens, but they're so fragile. Holy shit, it's doing it again on every single stroke. Okay. Don't invest your money on Wacom. This is awful. It's like blowing on a Nintendo cartridge. Yeah, exactly. Can Kakani generate smear frames? No, you'd have to draw that yourself. And if it like, let me show you something. All right, I'll open up Kakani again, and I'll just make a new layer. No, not this. I'll make a new layer, and I'll just animate something from scratch. So I'll have this guy. He's a little dude. And then, oh, that's another thing. I have to make a new cell. It's not just make a new layer, it's make a new cell. And then I can animate in that. Oh, I can't do that either. Could I click here and press F5? Okay, it's kind of like Flash. Alright. Let me just do this. And then I'll have him looking off to the side. So if I were to do a smear frame between these, I'll do some squash and stretch. I'll do it like this, and like this. So that's a pretty good smear frame, you know, just, you can kind of see how it'd be animated. I'd have to do a lot of different drawings between this and the next frame, so let's do that. But if you'd like to see what an in-between would look like from here, in between frames and generate, it doesn't really change that much. It looks too, so I'll do that again, and then again, and again, and I'll do the same on this side. In between. This does save a lot of time if I'm doing drawings that are very close together that don't have anything changing between frames. This will be very useful, something that I would actually like in TVPaint, but drawing stuff would be kind of a nightmare. So if I play this, it's gonna look a little janky. It's yeah, it's a little freaky. It's a little dude. It's kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, it doesn't look hand-drawn anymore. Like, it doesn't feel hand-drawn anymore, and that was from hand-drawn frames. How do I remove frames? Could I just like do that? Okay, I have to do it for every single frame. Alright, so let me do this. I'll speed it up a little, because someone said it looks kind of slowed down. I thought the same thing. This might make it look a little bit more snappier, but it's probably going to make it look a little fake. Yeah. I'm not too much a fan of that. I think there's an argument in chat. Where? I'm getting messages. The animation Kakani there is pretty impressive, but it needs some tweaking. Yeah, and if it needs tweaking, why don't I just draw the frames? You know? Like, I could just take this and like grab it and start moving it around, and that might make it feel a little bit better. Like doing something like this. Just to get those arcs that we lost. That looks a little better, but still looks a little janky. Let me make another cell, and I'll this is where this program really starts to struggle. So I'm going to draw a little front view. Just like a little guy. There he is, he's a little guy. Next frame. Alright, profile view. Oh no, I have to draw the other eye now. Huh. I wonder what I'm gonna do. Well, let's just continue drawing as if I was drawing this profile view normally. And then I'll go in the middle. It's a really janky looking face. Create in between. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that frame. You know what? Let's do this. Let's set all of these to in between frames, all of these to in between frames, and then select all of this and just generate. Oh, look at that. Look at that head turn. Yeah. So when you have eyes popping in and out of view, this thing just gives up. It's good for like very specific things. If you're doing a very slow head turn, like let me do a better example. I'm gonna get rid of this whole face, and then I'm gonna draw this at a slightly different angle. Where everything's still kind of consistent. Oh, I have to go from this side. Are you serious? Okay. Alright, so let's grab all this. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Let's do this instead and make some more frames. I'm going to grab all this, convert to in between, generate. And now this kind of looks smooth, but it's a little janky, you know. I would definitely look better if I did it by hand. That looks so scary. Yeah. Let me actually take this and could I reverse these? Oh, I was gonna reverse it. Is there a reverse play button? Nah. I was gonna reverse it so he slowly looks at you. Yeah, so I would like to use this one day for animation stuff, but it's a little hard to love, but it's good. It's easy to appreciate. Man, I've been streaming for 45 minutes already. Feels like I just started like half an hour ago. Alright, let me... I got jump scared when it changed. Alright, let me get back to this. Oh, jeez. Alright. At least this isn't gonna be like last stream where I started last stream with like the most fucking intense coughing fit of my life. No idea why. I just like started streaming and it was just like 10 minutes of me just coughing my lungs out. Oh wait, it was because of me walking around the house prior to that. I was screaming and making noises and fucking doing voices and shit. And I think I like tore up my throat or something. Neighbors? I don't got neighbors. Whoops. Well, I mean, yeah, I have neighbors, but they're like a fair distance away. Res houses are built pretty far apart from one another. And even then, people on my street scream louder than I do in the middle of the night, so it's not like I'm the only one. Yeah, I live on the res. And res houses are fairly spaced apart. So because of this, I don't really have like neighbors. They're not really in the same space as me. They won't, they don't really hear it when I'm like playing guitar and like singing and all that. Anyway, see ya. Alright, see ya. Are you sure that you're the one making them scream by you being a creature? No. Well, yeah. Because a lot of crazy stuff happens here on the res. You know, just last year I saw some guy chasing down some people on my street with a machete, and yeah, that's just normal. It shouldn't be, but that's normal. I'm used to that. Actually, just yesterday, I was outside. I was walking to the mailbox, which is like honestly like a 1-minute walk away from my house. It's not right outside. We don't have a mailbox attached to our house. It's a little bit of a walk. It's not far. On the way there, I got stopped from this like girl who was like, hey fat guy, hey you in the pajamas, hey fat guy. And I turned around, I was like, what? And he didn't say anything. And then as I was walking back with my mail, I heard their mother come forward and say like, hey, you got $5? And I was like, no. I shook my head and I just kept walking, and that's just normal here. The kind of people here, it's just, those are my neighbors, like genuinely. Yeah. Ghetto. No, it's just the res. Man, it's not filled in there either. Alright. At least I'm finding all these. They wanted money, why'd you call you fat? Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I was like, your kid just called me the fat guy wearing pajama pants, and you didn't say anything about it, and then you're asking me for $5. Like, nah, fuck you. Not gonna deal with that shit. There was one time, one of my other neighbors, I was walking by to go down to the pharmacy, which is like a 2.5 hour walk. So like 2.5 hours to get down to the pharmacy, 2.5 hours to get, no, I think it's more like an hour and a half to get there. Yeah, something like that. I walk through the bush a lot to get there because it's pretty isolated here. We don't have streets in the same way that you have in like the city. It's not a grid. It's just laid out all over the place with no real planning. And then the bush. So there's a lot of paths that cross into the bush to get to where you need. So I was like, alright, let's go get my medicine. So I walked out my backyard, and I was going on one of these paths, and it just happens to cut through this driveway that's one of my neighbor's apartments. And as I was walking by, I just hear the fucking alarm on this truck start going off, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell happened? Okay, I'm just gonna keep walking. I don't want to be a part of whatever this is. And this lady steps out, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing to my truck? And I look at her, I was like, what? And she's like, you're trying to break into my truck, I saw you. And I was like, no, like, that is not what I was doing. I'm just walking to the fucking pharmacy. And she's like, you're trying to break into my truck. And I just gave her the finger and walked off. And like, you know that hand motion you do when you know someone's talking too much and you just kind of like hand puppet? Yeah, I did that because I was just done. Lots of people here are around that, are like that. Got targeted. Yeah, I really do think that, like, she was waiting for someone to walk by, and as soon as someone did, she set off, like, she reached into her pocket and she grabbed her keys and then set the alarm off herself, and then came out to fucking confront me. And I was like, no, I didn't do anything. I'm literally just walking by. She's like, no, you're trying to break into my truck. I'm like, okay, whatever. Go fuck yourself. I got medicine to pick up. I was tempted to tell her, I was like, why do you think I'd break into your truck? I live right there. You could see my house from here. Karen energy, yeah. Oh, am I still missing this down here? Yes, I am. I keep forgetting about this. Someone said I'm lucky to be alive. No, we don't have guns here. The only guns that we have here are like hunting rifles and illegal firearms brought in by drug activity from Southern Ontario, which is a big thing on, you know, northern reserves. That's why a lot of reserves get, you know, drug problems, is because people from Toronto and Winnipeg bring drugs from the cities and then distribute them here on the reserve and have people distribute them for them. And yeah, it gets really fucked up, like threatening their families if they ever talk, and it's just a whole thing. Canadian government is fucked up because they never do anything about it. They're like, oh, it's their problem because it's their land now. It's like, but they're coming from the cities. That's your problem, isn't it? You're in Ontario too? Yeah, I'm in Northern Ontario. Lived in Northern Ontario my whole life. Aside from like 1 month in like 2015. Hello. Yeah, every government pretty much. I know so many kids from my reserve who have talent but can't find any opportunities due to poverty. That was me growing up. I was I was like struggling when I first started to find resources on how I can start doing animation, because it was something I wanted to do since I was like 10 years old. I really wanted to get into that. But here on the reserve, you don't really get too many opportunities to pursue that because education here sucks. And, you know, you kind of just grow up thinking, alright, I'm just gonna, I don't know, stock grocery shelves, become a drug addict, or work for chief and council, and that's it. Like, those are your only options that you're given when you're like, you know, 12. So, yeah, when I started doing animation, it was a lot of like, just a ton of finding resources myself, teaching myself, and I actually I dropped out of high school to pursue animation, like more just focusing on it as soon as I got home. So that was something that I was doing in like 2013, 2014 a lot, was studying animation. Not to any real severe degree. I was still making, you know, garbage YouTube videos and whatever. Not too proud of that time. I don't look back on it with a lot of good feelings. But I did learn a lot about how to use Flash, how to respect the production scenario. Because that's something a lot of animators struggle with when they first start animating, is like, what is studio etiquette? How do I make this easier for the next person that gets my file? And that was something I learned like way back. I don't think I'd be able to live with myself if I gave someone a file and they just got lost immediately. So I was always sharing my animation files around with my friends, like way back. I'd be like, wow, this is nicely kind of, you know, this is really organized. I'd be like, hey, thank you. I'm gonna head up. Alright, see ya. Thank you for tuning in. Someone also asked something. They said, do people, you know, in the reservations understand animation as a career? Not until, honestly, not until I started getting into it. That was something that my mom talked to me about when I think I was 18. Yeah, I was like 18, maybe 17. I'd been out of school for a couple years, and they sat me down and they were like, I don't think, you know, this animation thing is working. You have to start looking at other things. And I was like, no, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. You just have to trust me, you know, it's something I really want to do. And they're like, I don't know, because you're putting a lot of time into it and you have nothing to show for it. And I was like, I know, like, you know, all this is, it's hard finding motivation to do it as a teenager, living with your parents. So animation for me has pretty much been like totally like DIY. From the very start, my approach to animation has always been do it the most basic way you can, the most efficient way you can, and make sure to be respectful to the people that you work with. What's up? Hello. Yeah. The start of my animation journey was really rough, because growing up on the reserve, you don't really get many opportunities to pursue art. It's like either your mom or your dad, uncle, auntie, grandma, grandpa, or anybody in your family has to be an artist in order for your family to kind of see it as something that they would like to expect from you. And yeah, it's kind of tough, because no one in my family is an animator aside from me. Like I'm pretty much the only person in my entire family who's ever done animation. So them trusting me to take that step and like, no, you know, like it's gonna work out, just give it time. They're like, well, we already given you enough time and you have nothing to show for it. And I'm like, I know, it's just, this doesn't happen quick. And I think I was like what time, like when was that again when I was talking to them? It was like 2016, beginning of 2016, so I was 19 when they were talking to me about it. And I never wanted to do YouTube. I never wanted to like be a YouTube guy, if you know what I mean. I just wanted to animate stuff. But YouTube kind of became my bridge. Yeah. How long have you been animating for? I've been animating for 15 years. Treaty. Oh, what treaty am I again? I think I'm treaty 3? Yeah, I'm treaty 3. But yeah. Finding motivation for animation beyond just roughs is so hard. I'm more of an illustrator myself, and even then I just use pencil and paper. I barely line my sketches. Honestly, same. If you take a look at every single drawing that I've ever posted on Twitter, you'll probably find like 100 roughs for every completed drawing. And that's okay. You don't need to finish all your drawings, to be honest. Like, if you're pursuing an illustration job, that's probably something that you might want to do, you know, to show that you can finish your work and all that. But as an animator, there's so many just subsets of animation that you can fall into. It doesn't always have to be like, oh, I have to do this and that and this and that, and I have to be like really professional, or I have to be like finishing all my stuff. I have to go from the storyboards all the way to final compositing by myself because that's what animation is. It's like, no. You just have to like know where you lie in the entire pipeline. Because the thing with animation is it's not just like you get like your storyboard, right? Now, I am not a professional. I am not industry professional, but I know enough about the pipeline through pencilmation. But I know enough about like a basic pipeline. So you go from writing, that's like a few people sitting down talking about it, and you get your storyboard. Storyboard is just kind of drawings. Like, if I were to draw like my character, it'd be like, 16:9 aspect ratio. If I want to frame the shot, I'd say, okay, here's the kind of camera, here's the room that we're gonna be in, horizon line in the background, say there's like a window here, and then my character will be standing like right here, and I'll just draw that like really basically. So these are the kind of boards that I would do for something. And storyboarding is very taxing. It's very, very stressful for me, because I just suck at it. I'll be honest. Like, my experience with storyboarding is very, very nil, because I kind of fall into that thing where my storyboards wind up turning into animations. So after your storyboard, that goes to the animatic. The animatic is kind of like the layout for the animation. Animatic is where you have your drawings, and they're just like really basic, kind of like kind of dudes like this, and they're moving around like this, trying to show the action, trying to show the timing with like, the vocal lines and all that. From the animatic, it goes in different directions. There's like the backgrounds, so it moves to backgrounds and all that, and then from the animatic it moves to keyframes. From the keyframes, it goes in two directions. It either goes to the in-between artist, or it goes back for revisions, and then back to the in-betweens, and then back for revisions, and then back for in-betweens. It's this whole thing. So the keyframes and the in-betweens are like their own thing. After in-betweens, it goes to cleanup. Yeah, we haven't even done any clean drawings yet. So this is where the line work comes in. That's where all the color comes in. That's where all the shading comes in. Then from there, it goes to compositing. Well, honestly, from here to here, there's probably another step like this where it goes to retiming. This is where they look over the final animation and be like, you know what? The animation runs for too long on this, so maybe we can, cut a little bit out of it and have it, flow a little bit better into the next scene because it looks a little janky. So after retime, it goes to compositing. During compositing, it goes to like, sound effects. Oh yeah, another thing is during the animation stage, let me just get rid of this little guy again. During the animation stage, there's also effects animation. And effects animation is its own thing. I could not. I want to get better at effects animation, but it's so so difficult for me to understand. Is it possible to do keyframes right the first time? There are animators that can get it on like their first take, but usually it goes through the hands of like quite a lot of people, and they get a lot of different opinions, like directors, assistant directors, producers, and all the other people, showrunners. They all look over it and they're like, you know, maybe we can change this, and it gets relayed back to the animator. They do revisions, and then after they're done the revisions, it goes to the in-between artist, and then the in-between artist does their thing. And then sometimes it gets shot back. But most of the time, this is where all of like the animation is. And the animation is basically just keyframes. It's not full animation at this point. It's animated at like 6, maybe 4 frames per second. 12 if you're lucky. They don't animate on like 2s at this point. They're animating on 4s and 3s and just getting all the main drawings down, everything that you need to tell the story. And something that happens a lot in animation is something that happens with me. These get confused. I get storyboards and keys confused quite a lot. This is part of the reason why when I start an animation, I dive directly into keyframes without storyboarding anything, which is a bad habit of mine, but that's how this animation started, and that's how quite a lot of my animations start. This started with just, you know, the rough drawings. And the rough drawings in this look like this. So these are my keys. This is the very, very first rough pass. Like, as rough as I can do them. This pass here, this is my tie down. Where I'm adding in stuff like in-betweens and breakdowns. And at this point, if I was working on a production, I would have been done, and I would have sent it off to someone else for them to clean up and do the coloring and the shading and all that, because I don't really do that. Well, actually, I'd have to take an extra step to, you know, do this, and do this, or, yeah, and do this to figure out the shading for them, because figuring that kind of stuff out on its own is pretty crazy. But the animation process has a lot of different steps, and a lot of people get discouraged from doing animation because they think that they have to handle every single step. But you don't. You can stop at your roughs if you want to, because honestly, if you're gonna get into the animation industry as a rough animator, that's pretty much most you need. And over time, your drawings will just get cleaner and cleaner, and your rough animation will just be like really nice on its own. Like, if you look at a lot of the rough animation in Klaus, it's like remarkably clean animation with like a few frames of sketches underneath them, and it's really cool. Have you ever done straight ahead animation? All of my animations use a combination of pose to pose and straight ahead. I'll actually draw that out real quick. So, what I mean by that, okay, so here's a really cool animation technique. You get your first pose, and some guy, he's standing here like this. And you get your second pose. What do I want him to do? Oh, you know what? He's gonna bend over like this. He's gonna go like this, his leg's gonna come back, his leg's gonna come up, this arm's gonna go up, this one's gonna go there. Let's see, the next frame, he's gonna like reach back like this. And then the next frame, he's gonna settle. So that's pretty much what I would start with. So this is like what I would start with like any animation, right? It's just like the absolute basics. These are what my keyframes would be. And you notice I did those straight ahead. I did all my keyframes straight ahead just now. Like, this is straight ahead animation, but it's not every single frame. Because straight ahead animation, it's like, people assume that you have to just next frame drawing, next frame drawing, next frame drawing. They never specify that you could just put drawings down wherever. So, yeah, these are my straight ahead keyframes. And then I would use pose to pose to go from between them. So for this pose, let's say I'm going to accentuate him anticipating into the lean over. And he's going to lean down like this. Or he's going to lean back. He's going to go down. I'd say 4 frames later, he's going to kind of bounce up a little. Put a little perspective on it. Then this frame is going to bounce up. I'll extend that a little bit, about 12. And have him come down. His body's I'm gonna push him like this. He's already like this, and I'm gonna push him like this. Because his head's gonna be down, but I'm gonna be pushing his chest forward. And you notice, even though I have the in-between, like, even though I have the onion skin on, I'm not drawing lines like, I'm not putting this here, and I'm not doing this. Because these are bad in-betweens. If I play this, it just kind of loses all of it. So what I'm doing is pushing these poses further than they were, just by adding in a few more drawings. And then right here, I'll have his head come in, push down, but I'll actually have him kind of ease in on his body. Alright, so if I play that now, this is on 6s and 4s. Looks pretty bouncy. This is like 4 to 6 frames per second. Already looks pretty animated. This is where I would start doing in-betweens. Because these are what I started with this drawing, and this drawing, then this drawing, and this drawing. Those are my keys. I would label those with like a circle or something like this, and 1, and then this with 2, then this with 3 or something. Wait, this is on the wrong frame. This has to be here. So this has to be there. And then 4. I don't ever use frame labeling stuff like this unless I'm working on paper, because I think it's kind of pointless when I have a whole timeline that I can use. So I'm going to anticipate again, putting this in. I'm just going to draw ahead. He's going to go down, because what I want him to do is I want his motion to do something like this. I don't want him to go like this, or like back, forward, straight down. Because if I look at the onion skin from this point on, it looks like he's gonna go like this with his head, like it goes back and then like that. But I want it to go from here and follow an arc all the way like this, because he's bending over. So what I'm gonna do is push his head here down, so he's gonna move down like this and then go like that. So I'm gonna push his whole torso down, move his arms up still. Actually, I'm gonna have his arms kind of do this. We're gonna move up. This frame here, you might think that I would put this head like right here, but that's not what you want to do, because once you do this, once your path of motion looks like this, it's too robotic. You lose a lot of like the what people call flow. So I'm just gonna put it over here, which might seem counterintuitive because it's like, why would you put it all the way over there? But there's a point, there's a method to the madness. Same with right here. This head, I'd actually, you know, I'll put a smear here. I'll put a smear here. And I'll put it down over here like this. Or more like, oops, more like this. Like that. I'll have his torso bend down slightly and his leg will bend like this. His other leg will come forward. We got his arms doing this. His other arm like that. Pops into this pose. I'll add one in between frame here to cushion that. Use the transform tool, don't forget that, it helps a lot. So I'm just gonna, in between this, but I'm favoring the next frame. Favoring is when you have your spacing in the onion skin looks like this. I could just show this by doing this. So favoring, this is the previous frame, this is the next frame. Favoring is when you choose which one you want to get closer to. So favoring the previous frame, I'd probably put that line here. If I was favoring the next frame, I'd put it here. But if I was doing something like a walk cycle that has a consistent forward motion, I would put it right in the center. But you wouldn't really want to do this that often with a lot of animation, because this kind of gets rid of a lot of stuff, a lot of the good stuff with animation, a lot of the sparkle. Again, I'm going to move this up, and I'm going to have him like stand up a little bit straighter. Then on this frame, I'm going to have him cushion back, because what I'm doing is overshooting. And after I overshoot, I'm going to make sure I cushion or undershoot. And you show your flash settings. My flash settings are basically default. I do have custom keyboard shortcuts, but they're really specific to how I work. Alright, so this is what this animation looks like. It's like, whoa, do. I'll probably put one frame between here, because there's a 4, and I don't like it when there's a 4. Again, I'm gonna favor the next frame. So I'm gonna put my drawings closer to the blue frame because I know that's the next frame. I'm gonna actually change. I'm gonna do my own little retiming and change that to a 2, this to a 3. 2, 2. I'm gonna change these to 3s and just play it back. Yeah, there's a little dude. Look at a little guy. So you can kind of see the process of how I go from a straight ahead animation of like keyframes to treating that straight ahead as pose to pose. Because it's not always going to be like one or the other. You can combine them in interesting ways. Yeah, Hyun's Dojo will be talking. What are they going on? What's going on in here? Okay, let me check chat real quick. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Alright. Are you from Vancouver? No, I'm from Ontario. I hear fresh air. Yeah, when you look at my keyframes, it's like there's this, and there's 3 frames between here that aren't in-betweens, because this is a breakdown and this is like kind of a breakdown, but this is like in between, I guess. Because if I were to start in-betweening this and just go like fully halfway on all of my, you know, let me do that real quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I did this in another stream and I found it really funny. So I'm gonna keep the same timing, exact same timing on these keys. Alright, so this frame to this frame. No. This frame to this frame, I'm just gonna do this. You probably already know what this is gonna look like. This actually relates to the Kakani thing we were talking about earlier. Let's go right here. Right here. Oh, I forgot his arm. And it looks like I'm doing some hard work right now. I will admit, it looks like I'm breezing through this, but I know this is gonna look really bad. Like, just from the look of these, of what I'm doing right now, I know that as soon as I play this back, there's gonna be no way to save it. Here we go. And another 3 more frames. All right. That in-betweening was done really fast. But take a look. Yeah. This is how an AI would do it. And you've probably seen animation like this before. Because it moves smoothly, but it doesn't look very good. It's like, yeah, it's smooth, it's animated, but there's something incredibly off about it. And every time I ask people, I like, well, what's wrong about it? And they're like, I don't know how to put it. It's like, because there's no life in it. Like, all the life got taken out. If I look back to the original, it's like, look at that guy go. Look at him go. You watch them side by side and you see just how different they are in terms of timing. Yeah, it's so... Oh god, I just don't like that. Just transitions from one picture to another. Yeah, and a lot of people animate like that. I see a lot of animations like this. It's not jittery. It's not jittery. It's not like... It's like 3D animation without manipulating the splines. Yeah, exactly. What was I doing again? I think I was doing this. Which frame was I on? Was I on this frame or was I on this frame? I think I was double checking this frame. But yeah, in-betweening is something that I really like. I'd probably like to get into doing in-betweening for people's projects one day. But I wouldn't like to do cleanup animation, because cleanup is really exhausting to me. Did you ever do that at one point? Yeah, actually. A lot of my first hand-drawn animations looked like that, because I didn't know no better, and I was like, look, it's smooth because there's so many frames. And I'm like, but why does it look so lifeless? What did I do wrong? I did what everyone told me. They wanted me to put more frames in it, and so I did. And now it doesn't look right. Everybody lied to me, and it's like, no, it's just people are trying to teach everyone how to do it in the way they want to do it. They're like, it has to, like, you have to have more frames. Like, that is the worst, the absolute worst piece of, like, quote-unquote constructive criticism to give a learning animator is, it needs more frames. It's like, no frame, like, no amount of frames that you add is gonna fix it. Like, if it doesn't look good at the keyframes pass, if it doesn't look good at the, if it doesn't look good at your breakdowns pass, it's probably not gonna look very good once you get to your in-between pass. So the first animators animated like in the old Mickey Mouse cartoons. Yeah, because animation back then was really primitive. That was before they like even came up with like the 9 principles. That was before they even wrote the books on it. That was before animation was geared towards acting. Because animators are actors. To be an animator, you must know how to act. Yeah, if the fundamentals aren't good, then details won't fix it. If you're trying to make it like as intricate as possible, nothing will fix it. No amount of details you add, no amount of sparkle you put it through, no matter how much filters you put on, how much compositing it goes through. But that style of animation does have its use, I will admit. Dialogue scenes in anime don't have to be done like character acting scenes in a Disney movie. What they do works, and the lip sync works, simply because it's story driven. It's not like animation driven. It only wants to be animation driven when it needs to be, and those studios know that, which is really cool. I'd like to get into like anime work someday. I'm just kind of scared of it. I feel like I'd probably do all right, but I'd really would probably do too much, like overact or overdo it. I need to stream. Yee. Check out your progress here. Yay. Bro, the way the brush kind of whooshes along the lines is so satisfying. When I color, it usually turns out so chaotic. Yeah. It's a lot of muscle memory for me, and discipline. Not being afraid to turn the stabilizer down. Ooh, something going on. Okay, let me just check that later. The most animated I've seen yet was Redline. Yeah, that, like, Redline is crazy. And that was just them like, let's flex. Let's just go ham on something. Just because we want to. I've never watched it myself. I've seen clips, but I just know right off the bat that Redline is crazy. It's like, is it controversial to say that it's the Japanese version of Thief on the Cobbler? I don't know. Maybe that's a controversial take. I don't think so. Was the plot good? I'll be honest, I don't watch things for story anymore. Like, I stopped watching, well, honestly, I never watched anything for the story. I just, if I see moving drawings, I'm like, ooh, this is cool. Or if I see amazing 3D rendering, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then the story is just kind of like a backseat. I don't even think about it. 'Cause I watched Lightyear recently, and I was like, man, this looks freaking beautiful. My goodness, wow, this rendering, this, like, the environments, everything looks so amazing. And I see people online like, no, this movie's garbage. I'm like, but it looks pretty amazing. They're like, that doesn't excuse the fact that it's garbage. I'm like, bro, just watch it as a kid. No, like, just stop caring. When you watch animation with the mind of a kid, you just kind of learn to like everything. Become less critical. So I'm not really too critical of animation anymore. I used to be as a teenager, but every time I see animation, and it's good animation, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Too simple-minded for stories. Yeah, pretty much, actually. I'm good for good, like, I like good story writing. I like that kind of stuff. But it's not something I look for in an animated film. If I'm going to watch an animated film, I am watching it for the animation. I see drawings move and my brain go crazy. Anime nowadays just spends intellectual processing less than visual processing, yeah. Anime nowadays just spends all the budgets on the fights. Actual talking just looks like lips moving. Well, that's how the Japanese speak. It's just, like, if you look at a Japanese person talking, their lips don't move that much. English is messed up. It's the same with like Ojibwe. Ojibwe is like that. We don't move our lips too much, and we don't move our jaw too much. Well, we move our jaw and our tongue the most, but we don't move our lips. So it works for the dialogue that they have, but when it's like dubs, it kind of falls apart, and I can understand that. You know, like anime dubs kind of falls apart with it. Because you have someone saying like no, and their mouth is like wide open, and it's like, how did you get that ooh sound from that shape? And it's like, oh yeah, it's a dub. I'd like to work on a project. This is something that I've had in my head for a while, where you have cartoons and you have like Japanese animation, and you have these like really nicely delivered lines by English voice actors, but you kind of could tell that the lip syncing doesn't really line up because the mouth is just moving up and down, and no, okay, I saw you apologize to him in the general, so I think he just wasn't expecting that. I know he was trying to work on something. My boy Noodle. But yeah, I wanna do a project where you take like a few scenes from an anime that have like really nicely dubbed English voices and redo the lip sync and the jaw, just like animate over top the original, paint out the original, reuse pieces, and make the lip sync line up in a way that like makes the acting fit a lot better. Because I really love doing lip sync, and I feel like that would be a really fun practice for kind of changing the acting of something. I had that idea for this YouTube channel actually does cartoon dubs in Ojibwe, and Ojibwe tends to have like, you know, very limited kind of consonants and vowels. So I reached out and said, if you ever need someone to like redo the lip sync, you know, I'm down. I'd like to try that out. I have to go on this frame and then erase here and then redo that. This thing. Ooh, I see. I forgot the thing at the very top. Let's do this now. Next frame, let's go. Alright, I'm in the home stretch. I'm almost done coloring. And then I get to work on the shading. Oh! Okay. Let me drink my coffee real quick. Oh my god. My back is already getting sore. Why? Oh. If you had to pick, would you do karambit knives or balisong? But I have no idea what those mean. I'll be honest. I don't know knives. All I know is Mokomon. Gonna share your Melvin scene? No, not yet. I'm sorry. I have shared it in private with a few people, but I'm just gonna wait on that because I want to get a little bit more work with them. I want to work on what they're doing next, help them out with some more stuff. But I got a lot of stuff going on in private right now, and just kind of want to get that all handled before I start diving into new stuff. Redoing a lip sync is stupid easy in puppet animation. It's not stupid easy. It's pretty. It's a pretty involved situation. It's kind of like, how do I word it? How would I word redoing lip sync and puppet animation? Yeah, it's like redoing lip sync and puppet animation is like really taxing work. Like, I've had to do it before, and it's like, man, that whole thing I did, that whole like 10 seconds of dialogue, alright, let me just delete all these keyframes and start over. And I think that might be the reason why I like lip sync now, is because having to redo lip sync multiple times in a row kind of made me like it. Stockholm syndrome, you know, that kind of shit. Forgot to do this on this frame. I'll just copy the brush, reset, go to the next frame. Please stamp in place. I mean, it's stamped in place, but it kind of... That's alright. Alright, there's nothing going on there. Alright, do you like working out? Sometimes. I do squats. I do lunges. I try push-ups, but I'm pretty overweight right now. At the point when I could do push-ups, I'm probably going to be doing push-ups like every day. Oh wait, I forgot to check if anything on this frame needed to be... Yeah, I can see it. Anything down here? No. Oh, I see something. Just a tiny little speck. Where color should be. There. Suppose I could probably put on music. I could tell it might be getting a little exhausting to people listening to this, just kind of hearing me breathe and like cough and you know, my lip smacks and all that. Just grab a random song from the playlist. It's honestly fine. It's okay. Okay. I don't like how close that is, though. It's gonna be a little weird. Should play Call of... I don't like Metallica, I'll be honest. I don't. Okay. I'm not gonna take song suggestions or anything. What is your opinion on pineapple? Pineapple is delicious. Fucking love pineapple. Okay, just gotta... Ooh, there's some stuff here that I have to get rid of. Nice. Okay. And with that out of the way, pineapple on pizza? I really couldn't care, honestly. Growing up, food is food. So I kind of grew up in an environment where it's like complaining about food is like, nah, you shouldn't do that. So it was like whatever. I don't really have any food that I really dislike or really enjoy because of the way that I grew up. Aside from tomato, I don't really like tomato. Like, they're good when they're mixed in something, they're good when they're in a sauce, they're good when they're all that. But tomatoes in a sandwich? Nah, I can't do it. Oh man, I just thought about marinara sauce and I was like, ugh. There's a pizza place in my town, or on my res, and their pizzas are just so soaked, just absolutely soaked in marinara. I'm realizing after seeing pictures and videos of my own hair, my hair is definitely not this light. It is absolutely not this light brown. In fact, it's darker than this. If I were to guess, my hair is probably more like that. Yeah, more like that. And then you get those like green kind of highlights on them. Yeah, like that. That's kind of what my hair is like IRL. I'm just reading chat and I'm like, Man, do you say colored? Do you say pencil crayons or color? I say pencil crayons. You know, Canada thing. Plus, you know, pencil crayons, colored pencils. Saying colored pencils sounds like a bit of a little bit of a mouthful to me, because there's a lot of L's in there and a lot of R's. Colored pencils. But pencil crayons, I'd say it faster. I'm always about efficiency with speak. So what do you call crayons? Crayons? We call them crayons. I think mostly because of a lot of the brands. Hot take, how about just calling them pencils? And I'm gonna time out you, Austin Rowe. No hard feelings, but you're just asking a lot, man. Yeah, apparently other countries don't say duotang either. Duotang is like, I remember saying that a lot when I was in middle school and elementary school, and it's like strictly a Canadian thing somehow. Yeah, duotang, that's a Canadian term. Do they just say folder? I have no idea what other countries say it. What inspired you to start animating? Ooh. I was a small child. 2007. I was 10 years old. I was browsing YouTube, looking at funny Family Guy and Invader Zim clips. And suddenly, I saw a video. "What's this?" I said under my breath. "Stick figures on crack? That sounds amazing. Let me watch this." And my life was fucking changed. I was like, what is this? How do I make things like this? How do I be funny? So, downloaded Pivot Stick Figure Animator. Made a bunch of like, you know, really garbage animations of stick figures fighting each other and all that. And, yeah, that's where it all started. It was Stick Figures on Crack by Pivot Master DX. Everyone started with Pivot. Yeah, it's crazy. They either started with Pivot or they started with stick figure animations in Flash. And honestly, at Pencilmation, that's pretty much what I was doing for a full-time job. Just stick figure animations in Flash. I started with stick nodes. I never got the appeal of stick nodes, but I understand how a lot of people got into it because it's like, you know, it's a mobile app, and with how things are today, more teenagers have mobile phones than they have computers. But when I was growing up, it was like everybody had their own computer. Everybody had their own desktop computer. I had my own computer by the time I was like 9, and I used it just for browsing YouTube, going on eBaum's World, watching like plane crash videos, object shows, and animation memes. Yeah. For me, it was stick figures on crack. That's what got me. That's what got me all interested in this. That's what got the ball rolling. That's what made my tiny brain go like, "Whoa, that's so cool! I want to make that too. I want to be funny. How do I be funny?" And then I found Pivot, and I was like, I could be funny. One of my friends got the really rare jump scare on one of the more prevalent stickman animation apps. I always heard about that, but I never, I never looked it up. I knew there was something weird about this one animation software or something, like, I think it was Stick Nodes or something, where something would just pop up. Just to mess with people. I always thought that was really funny, to be honest. Yeah, it was Pivot. Pivot got me into it, and I didn't animate in Pivot for very long. I got into Pivot around 2007, and I was probably animating until 2008. And then I wasn't doing animation at all because I got into video games and had to deal with a video game addiction and anger issues as, you know, a young preteen. So there was that whole thing. This is around 2011. Yeah, 2011, I was playing video games a lot. Like, every single day after school, I would just sit down and play video games until dinner. After dinner, I'd play video games again until I'd have to go shower. And then after I shower, I'd play video games some more until I go to bed. And I just, oh. But the one thing that I learned was, when I was playing video games a lot with my friends, was, you know how it is. When you're playing Call of Duty with your buddies, your local buddies, you're like, let's start a clan, because that was big in 2011. And they're like, let's start making montages on YouTube. And then I started getting into video editing because, you know, it's sort of adjacent to animation. I kind of understood a little bit of the concepts. And I still use Sony Vegas to this day. It's like my primary editing software. Despite how much it crashes and how it's kind of unreliable and all that, but I like Sony Vegas. And I've been using it for... Holy shit, how long have I been using Sony Vegas now? 2011, maybe 2010, so that's like 12, 13 years? Yeah. And I still use it for, like... I actually use it to compile my assorted animations videos. Oh my god, I'm almost done. You inspired me to do animation. Yes, do it. Halo 1 on the Xbox, hell yeah. My inspiration was stick figures mixed with a few other things like Mario bloopers, Mario Castle Calamity, and whatever early Newgrounds animator I can find on YouTube. Yeah, it was probably, for me, stick figures on crack, Egoraptor, what was Egoraptor? I think that's it. Just like Egoraptor and stick figures on crack got me started, but it was Egoraptor's work, specifically the awesome reach, that made me want to start getting into like hand-drawn animation, because I thought it was so fucking funny, and I was like, I want to do that. And a lot of my animations from around the time were pretty similar to that style. I love EVGA's work. Aaron is such a nice guy. Hello. Oh my god, I'm almost done. I only got like 3 more frames of this. Man, if you're gonna keep asking me to do stuff, I'm gonna keep putting you in timeout, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, EVGA always gonna be a classic to me. One of the big reasons why I started pursuing hand-drawn animation many years ago. This frame is, there's so much just covered. Oh my god. So much that I didn't even fill in. Yeah, there's another little bit right there. Is there anything up here? Doesn't look like it. There's one. Ooh, there's a lot right here. I should just do a Minecraft stream one day, to be honest. It's been a while since I played Minecraft on stream. As I do love Minecraft, but I don't play it that much anymore. Not sure why, I just kind of stopped at some point. Oh. I think it was also Dragon's Ball P when that first one came out. Leo and Satan, those were like really interesting to me. I was like, this is so funny. You're so funny. I want to do this too. Have you seen the new Disney Wish trip? I haven't really been following anything in the animation industry aside from Spider-Verse for the past, like, I want to say, dude, I don't know, like, past like couple years, honestly. I remember. Oh, Noodle Bomb in the chat. I hope you get better. I just want to start a Midwest emo band, I'll be honest. That's all I want in this life. But nobody local to me wants to play because all the guitarists in my area are like, oh, I want to play metalcore, or oh, I want to play country, or oh, I'm a rapper, and I'm like, no one wants to make emo music. And when I find someone who's like, yeah, I like emo, I'm like, oh, cool, what kind? And they're like, oh, you know, like SoundCloud rappers. I'm like, ah, okay. It's like, yeah, it's like kind of emo adjacent, but I'm thinking more like twinkly guitars, screaming, having fun, breaking shit, drinking, getting high. That'd be fun to do with like friends, but nobody here wants to do anything. So a lot of my music I actually just make by myself because of that. All the guitars, all the singing, all the composition, songwriting. I just do it alone because no one around here wants to make music. And the people that do want to make music are either dads that can't let go of the 70s, or like dudes my age that can only play like metalcore licks and Metallica. And Minecraft doesn't hit the same as playing with the boys on the 360 in 2013. Holy fuck, man. That just brought back so many memories. I remember playing on the 360 with all my buddies. I had a little, I created a little village. I had like all these little houses that I built. Actual little town. Looked pretty cool. But I was just alone because no one else wanted to play it. I was real fucking lonely. I just made like so many different like houses, and I was like, just in case anyone wants to join me, I get the house for you. But no one joined. I've thought about opening up a Minecraft stream, but I mean like a Minecraft stream in a server, but ugh. Handling animation stuff on top of doing like a Minecraft server sounds like a freaking nightmare. Oh, I only got like 3 more frames, or 2 more. 2 more frames. Still got my 360 with all the worlds we shared together. Oh man, I don't even know where my Xbox 360 went. I think I lost it like, oh my god, like 7 years ago? No, probably more like 6 years ago. I think I gave it to my nephew and it just got lost over the years. And I just realized that this isn't filled properly. Do this and then fill over it. There we go. My pen is doing the... Oh, it's doing the thing again. Oh my god, my pen is doing the thing again. Oh shit, I've got the lock opacity. Ah shit, there's a thing there that I have to get rid of. I can see it right here. What the hell? Boy, what the hell? What the hell going on? What the hell? Okay. Okay, there we go. Lock opacity. Covered up there. I can't fill it yet. Holy shit, I remember where I was when I saw the Halo 3 trailer. I was hanging out with a friend, a local friend who just lived like 2 houses away from me. And he was like, do you want to see something really cool? I was like, what is it? And he's like, you like Halo, right? And I was like, yeah, I freaking love Halo. He's like, check this out. And he pulls up this like crusty YouTube video of like that. It was like a really crusty YouTube video of that Halo 3 trailer with the kids sitting under the stars. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. He has the bubble thingy and he's using it as a shield. Is that going to be in the game? And I was like, holy shit, I was freaking out. And he was telling me lies. Just like, yeah, I got to play an early release copy. And the game has that in it, and it has this in it, and it's like this and that. I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. I think about that like, man, I was so fucking gullible. I was a dumb little kid. Just believing everything he said. I was like, you could basically do drive-bys like in Grand Theft Auto when you're driving a vehicle? And he's like, yeah, totally. And I was like, oh my god. Yeah, gaslighting me to hype me up. Yeah, exactly. This is so fucking funny. My dad works at Microsoft. Yeah, I was like, my friend sent me, like, we got our hands on an early release copy and it's so amazing. And I believed every single word he told me until I played the game and it was shattered. I was like, he can't do any of this. This game's still good though. Oh man, if I were to see how many hours I've sunk into Halo 3 multiplayer, I really do believe there's probably be over like 2, maybe 3,000 hours. Probably even more, because my Master Chief Collection on my computer, when I check in Steam, it's like, yeah, you got like 170 hours in this. I'm like, holy shit. I don't think I played it that much, but alright. Oh, there's pizza upstairs. Should I go get some pizza and eat it in the microphone? Would you guys like some ASMR like that? I don't need an answer. You guys will. Why am I asking this? Of course it's yes. If I eat on mic, you guys are gonna hear me going fucking like goblin mode on that shit. And I'm not gonna show you guys what I'm gonna be eating either. I don't want to repeat what some people do on their live streams where they like tilt their plate towards the camera, like, check out what I'm eating, guys. It just falls on their fucking keyboard and shit. Oh, I fucking love that. It's the funniest thing for me. It's like, check out the soup that I did, and I spill it all over my fucking setup. All right, let me go get a pizza real quick. We'll get a couple slices after I do this next frame. Right there. This is the last one I need. Pizza Tower. I keep hearing about Pizza Tower, but I actually don't know what it is. I'll be honest. I know it's a game, but that's it. Can you respond to my comments? I've been asking you so many questions. You've been asking a lot of like weird questions, so I've been kind of ignoring them. Well, actually, you weren't really asking questions. You were just like requesting me to do things, like say stuff. And almost there. The coloring is complete. Oh shit. Alright, let's turn on all this. There, let's look at it with all the color. Oh, never mind, it's not complete. I still have the fucking pants to do. God damn it. Oh, jeez. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get some pizza. Hang on. Let me I'm gonna put on the hot dog for you guys real quick. There. The BRB hot dog is up. I'll be right back. Oh, God. Oh. 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 No. Boo. Boo. Alright, wait, is the hot dog even still up? Oh, it is, okay. There. Hot dog's gone. Oh. What are you guys talking about in chat? Tactical hot dog, about to get no-scoped by a hot dog. This feels like a CSGO mod, don't leave. I hope he munches on it audibly for our amusement. Shape go wee. I notice a lot of people misinterpret what I say in that animation as sheep go wee. That's something I noticed. I said shape. But I just never bothered correcting anybody. Same with like my gender. I keep getting a lot of people saying like, oh, I thought you were a girl. And I'm like, okay, that's alright. I don't really mind. I don't really care. Alright, first bite of the pizza. There. I know it's shape, but sheep is for the meat. Okay. Long hair equals girl. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. I get to do the pants. This is the easiest part. It's not going to take as long because none of these lines ever go in front of anything. Ooh. You know, let me turn the line work down like to 30. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, let me take another bite real quick. I'm hungry as fuck. That's good pizza. Are you afraid to answer my questions? No. Sorry, it's just simply saying no and then going quiet and then getting back to work. I don't know why I found that funny, but it's just, you've been asking a lot. Oh, hey, I see a dot. Get out of there. That's good pizza. I'm gonna say that on every bite from now on. Bro biting that pizza hard. Yeah, who was worse, Hitler or Vlad the Impaler? What kind of question is that? What kind of like I'm not gonna lie. That is the weirdest, the weirdest question. I'm afraid. What is worse, burning alive or drowning? See, you're asking a lot of really interesting questions that are making me think about things other than animating. Oh sweet, I don't have to do the hand anymore, I can just do this line. Ow! I like shitting, farting, and pooping. Keep doing this line. I'm like half expecting to look up at chat and see like a message like, what's better? What's better, Honda Civic or Toyota RAV4? And I'd have no idea how to answer it. What's better, Honda Civic or Toyota Toyota RAV4? I would say the RAV4 is probably better if you have a family that you are carrying around with you and taking to, like, you know, the park and stuff like that. But if you are a single person who just needs to, you know, get around, you can't go wrong with a Honda Civic. It's fucking... Look. Toyota RAV4 is for the family man. Honda Civic is for ballers. Which is more deadly? Yeah, dude, your animations are really fucking good. So keep up the good work and enjoy your pizza or whatever you're doing behind that screen. Thank you. That shitty is looking so good. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna take another bite. I got a few slices here. Fuck! Fuck! I just dropped it all over myself. God damn it. None of it is on the tablet. It's just all over my hand. Shit. Okay, I'm good. Oh no, what did I join into? There isn't any open... Okay, there isn't. Would you rather go into a coma for 8 months or have a kid kicked out of school forever? What? What? I don't know. Kind of warming up to this, to be honest. It's kind of funny. It's like having someone on my shoulder give me hypotheticals. Would you mind if I refer to you as Daddy? I don't think I'd mind it, but I'd be kind of concerned. But I guess it's okay. I call other animators daddies. Austin is the people in my head. he's the manifestation of all my intrusive thoughts. Oh. You know, Austin, you're cool. You got my brain going. Ooh, there's a thing. Would you rather have a child lose their Would you rather have a child lose their sense of taste for 8 years, or have a dog be deadly allergic to dog food but nobody knows? That's a tough one. I mean, is the kid mine? Because, you know, that changes it. Because if it's not my kid, I don't really care. But if it's if it's my kid, I'll be pretty concerned about it. But I know for a fact that I'm probably not going to have kids myself, so... You raise an interesting question here. No. So the kid isn't mine. Alright, so whatever. Just some random kid. Well, alright, then nothing affects me and I just continue my life. I feel bad for the kid, but, you know, in 8 years he'll be fine. And he'll have a really emotional moment the first time he eats something and it's like super delicious. He'll be like crying and shit, and his family will actually like break down with him, and I'll be like, man, I caused that. I can't say that. Oh, you also have the choice for both of them to come true. Why would I choose both of them? Okay, Austin. Thank you. Holy shit. My life has been changed today. You can eat food without being picky. That is true. I don't know why that got me. So, this is so stupid. Too good to be true. Oh, I got tears in my eyes. Holy shit. Alright. I'm gonna finish off this slice of pizza. I'm chewing, but I read that in my head. Would you rather have a parrot secretly say cuss words to your child, or your child secretly say cuss words to a parrot? I wouldn't know. I simply would have no way to understand. Like, I wouldn't have any idea to figure out whether or not it was my child lying, or if it was the parrot. Because the parrot had to learn. It had to learn those naughty words from somewhere. Maybe it was the child. I'm still thinking about, like, yeah, you can choose both. Holy shit. Spice up life. Oh no, I can't just do the thing anymore. I have to do like this now. It wasn't meant to last. Ow! Ow! Would you rather find a body at these coordinates at 3:25 a.m. or never eat ketchup again? I'd probably never eat ketchup again. Alright, you rather have an 80-year-old okay, or have a dog can only eat chocolate but nobody knows, so they keep feeding it dog food, but it's slowly gonna... Again, you can have both happen. If I can have both happen, can I have none happen? Because... No. Oh shit. Oh my god, I love you, Austin. Holy shit. I don't know why that fucking cup is so good. I gotta take my glasses off and blow my nose. It's just... Nuh-uh. Holy shit. What are these new ones? Hang on. Would you rather forget how to animate or forget how to walk? I'd probably forget how to walk, honestly. As much as I do love walking, animation's too important for me to just, you know, forget. So yeah, I'd probably just forget how to walk. It'd suck, but it's not like I'll walk that much anyways doing animation. So would you rather have YouTube ads in your head or lose an arm? Oh man, I would deal with the ads. I use both my arms like a lot. Like my left arm is for my guitar, my right arm is for the drawing. I don't think I could lose the guitar. There's no way. If I lost the ability to play guitar, like, holy fuck, that would be so devastating to me. Shoot. Yeah. If someone held a gun to your head and told you to turn into a tiger, would you try it? And if so, how would you try? I don't know what this means. Would you rather burn your hand in a fire or lose? I think I could get replacement eyelids at like the hardware store or something. That's no big deal, but like a replacement hand, it's never going to be the same. And still do both. What does it mean to do both? What does it mean to do both? Austin, you are my favorite schizophrenic. Holy shit. Would you rather draw your IRL walk cycle or not? I would love to draw my IRL walk cycle. That'd be really funny. If like that was the cycle that I was stuck to for the rest of my life, I wouldn't even complain about it. Would you rather have no eyes or no eyes? Oh, that's tough. Oh, yeah, let me check what's going on in Discord servers right now. Oh my goodness, that is great, Jesus. I'm looking at Hyun's Dojo right now, people talking about stuff. Oof. Yeah. Okay, let me see what's going on in chat. Would you rather pour cereal before the milk or milk before the... Obviously cereal before the milk. Bro laughs like a Scooby-Doo character. Fucking... Oh my god, everyone says I have that Rutro Raggy laugh. And my sister, my sisters and I, we have a group chat, and for the longest time my fucking name was Scooby-Doo. I got my mouthful of food. Oh fuck, I am. Oh my god, hang on. Okay. I see another one from Austin. Would you rather drown in marinara sauce or be forced to be fed rotten cheese? You'd survive both, by the way. But I'd drown. If I drown, doesn't that mean I'd die? Oh, man. But please choose both. Oh my god, is there 2 Austin Rose in here? This is crazy. I'm the same person. I was banned. Really? I didn't click any buttons, it wasn't me. I was too busy choking on some pizza. The funniest enemies to lovers. Would you rather eat something you hate all the time or listen to a song you hate all the time? I'd rather eat something that I don't like because I'm not picky with food. I couldn't really care about what I eat as long as I'm eating. But having to put myself through listening to other music that I really don't like if my brain was just total fucking hyper pop from this moment forward, I would not know how to cope with it. Gek. Yeah. Stop banning me. I am not banning you. Are you just changing your profile picture? I think you are gaslighting me. I'm going to put you in timeout and see if it's the same channel. Oh my god, it's not! Are you serious? Yeah, I haven't clicked on your name or anything. That's crazy. Can you give advice on if your friends are gaslighting you into liking hyperpop? Oh god. I wouldn't ever forgive my friends if they did that to me. I wouldn't forgive anybody for doing that to me. It's cruel. Why would I ever willingly listen to ADHD music? He's cloning. Would you rather turn into a worm or have... Oh man, I'd rather be a fucking worm. Jesus Christ. But of course, I could choose both. Oh man. Yeah, I wouldn't... Try not to mention seizures, alright? Try not to. It's a touchy subject for me. almost done. Would you rather would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more video games, or unlimited games but no more games? What does that mean? Alright, but you guys can probably chill with it now. With all the hypotheticals. You really do need to focus right now. Okay, I'm almost done. Ooh, I see something here. Yeah, I got it. Another thing right here. Okay, last couple frames. And then the flats will be done. Oops. Okay, so copy and paste this, copy the brush, reset, next frame, stamp in place, get this brush, get rid of the little red outline. Okay. Flat colors are finished. Oh, finally. Let me play it real quick. Oh. Yes! Oh my god! Just gonna watch it a few times, see if I miss anything. Doesn't look like it. Alright, but I'm not done yet. Alright. Okay, so what's next is this layer. Ooh, man, this is gonna be a rough one. Alright, so this layer, I'm actually gonna delete it. I have to redo it. So I'm gonna duplicate this layer. I already got rid of all the floating stuff. I'm gonna lock that opacity. Go up onto this layer and grab that color. This one. Hide this, hide that. Oh, you get to see the spirit. Just the silhouette. Alright, hide that. Expand range. Oh, wrong layer, I guess. Yeah, so so I'm going to be filling it in with a single match color. And this is the color I'm going to use for the shading. So there. Got the matte. Set this to the 16 again. Turn the rough back on. That back on. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to set this to multiply. Turn on this. And then just start carving out the shading. Like this. And it's going to be pretty oh my god, I'm gonna hate this, but I want to do it. I've never done shading like this, but I have guidelines. Thankfully, I have guidelines to help, and I'm gonna use these. So I'm gonna set these both to color. Put this on top. No, don't combine. Turn this on. All right, now I can start. Now I can start cutting out the shadows. How I'm gonna do that? No, don't close. Speaking of that, I gotta save. All right, so this whole layer, I'm just gonna get an eraser. I don't know if I want it to be like. Do I want it to be like a texture? Maybe I use this as the eraser. Maybe set this size to like 400 maybe. Is that too big? Just kind of do this and this. Let me actually get rid of this. Okay, so start with a line going down. Do this, do that. I'm just gonna This is already getting really complicated. Alright, let me figure something else out. I want to use... how about just my normal eraser? Would that work? I think that'd work. Let me set this to like 300 and see how that is. No. Alright. I'm going to turn down the line work. Okay. Oh, wrong layer. Erase. Okay, I'm not getting lost anymore. This is getting easier. Alright, so got that. Got that. You know, I could probably do this to keep the line consistent, and go back to this tool and fill it back in. So I could do this. And erase that. Reset the expand to 3. It's not cutting anything else out, is it? No. Can't get rid of that yet. Alright. So we'll do this. There. I think I can get rid of this now? No, I can't. Oh, it's over here. Yeah, there we go. Get rid of all that now. Turn off the rough. Ooh. This is looking pretty cool so far. Alright, so clean shading on that. Let me fix this. Oh wait, I have to just go from here. Here, straight line down. I'll fix that real quick. What's shading here again? Okay, so I have to go this way. and go down. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Could I just... Yeah, I can just get rid of it now. Alright, so that got rid of all that shading. Oh! Let me look in chat then. Why aren't you able to reheat McDonald's fries? They just taste horrible after you reheat them. Have you watched Hell's Paradise? Can you look down at comments? I know you're trying to animate, but you can. Please look down at the comments. Oh no, the viewers, they're shrinking. Yeah. Because I'm doing some pretty... Oh, this is like mind-numbing work for me. This is the very first time I've ever done this kind of thing. First fully shaded animation. This is a big deal for me. You know what? I should probably do this instead. Because this is behind him. I'll have it like cut out like that. See what that looks like. Oh, I don't like that. Maybe just kind of like this would be better. Like that. What would be better for this? Maybe a stroke like that, and then I like that better. I like this line like this. Yeah, like that. Alright, so I'm gonna go on the shading rough layer, and I'm gonna redo this. So I'm gonna turn this up. Get rid of this here. Don't need that no more. Oh! Just gonna figure this out first. Going down, right? Yeah, it's going down. Put this down further like this, then bounce it up. Settle it down. Okay. That is so much better. I like how that looks. Okay. I don't know if I want to continue streaming or not. I think I might make this a short stream and then head out and go call with some buddies, get this done. And yeah, I think that'll be it. I think that's it for me today. I'm starting to get pretty socially exhausted. My starting to feel tired as well. I didn't get that much sleep last night. I only slept like how long did I sleep? Like 4 hours. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream there. I'm sorry to everyone who like just popped in. But I'll play the animation right now as it is. I'll play it with the original shading reference I have. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go fucking sit around and pass out. Yeah, thank you guys for the laughs too. Oh my god, Austin, that was fucking amazing. If I can do both, can I do none? No. Alright, I'll see you guys. Ah, hoo-hoo.